It's more difficult to swim in open water, but I think it's more fun.
The strategy, yeah, that's what I like about it.
Every race is different in open water.
I met with jellyfishes. Jellyfish is not even a problem.
With open water, it's not like the fastest swimmer would win. It's also about the tactics, and you have to be smart in the water.
It's quite a mess when we race because we're all together at like 60 guys in the open water.
So that's why I prefer to swim in front and not deal with all that.
They're really, really good girls and also men in the races. I think the level is really, really high.
It's a long race, the 10K is 2 hours, but I like it, it's cool.
That is just a taste of what this spectacular sport is all about. And coming up, we're going to see around 90 athletes from 16 nations battle it out for 6 medals in 2 swimming showdowns. The 2025 European Aquatics Open Water Swimming Cup opener promises to be as spectacular as the venue for this first stop of the series. Yes, welcome to the rather picturesque Protaras here in Cyprus. It is a brand new host for this competition, and it's also where we're launching a brand new program. This one, Beyond the Buoy. This essentially is what it's all about.
My coach saying, now Claudia, now, go, go.
No lanes, no limits.
Keep watching Beyond the Buoy on European Aquatics TV.
We'll not only deliver the best action and reaction from the competitions throughout the season, but we'll also go behind the scenes to bring you some of the amazing, untold stories from this incredible sport, and have a little fun along the way.
Would you like to swim now?
Yes.
In this water?
Yes.
I don't think so.
You're watching Beyond the Buoy.
And remember, no lanes, no limits.
And we'll have an A-list guest with us to guide us through all of the action this season. Leonie Beck, 3-time world champion, double reigning European gold medalist. It's great to have you here. Looking forward to this one. I suppose a race with no nerves for you. Bit of a change.
Yeah, absolutely. A new perspective. I took a little break off swimming, and I have a master in media communication, so I want to try to find out if this is something for me for the future, but I really enjoy it.
Well, we can't wait to hear what you have to tell us about the sport. I guess to begin with, tell us a little bit about, the great elements to this sport. It can be tough in the water, but out of it, you get to visit some amazing places.
Yes, absolutely. We are traveling to so many nice, beautiful places on this earth, and you see so many new countries. Of course, you don't see all the sightseeing places, but the pool, the venue, and the hotel, but it's really nice to travel around the world.
You missed the airport as well. You get to see that,
The
right?
airport.
Yeah, one of the major ones, absolutely. Let's learn a little bit more about the city of Protaras, though, and exactly why we're here for the European Aquatics Open Water Swimming Cup.
We're very proud, and we are really grateful to European Aquatics for entrusting us with this event.
It is very important as it promotes our town and this famous tourist destination. But also it promotes the excellent quality of our swimming waters in this paradise.
It's a twofold thing for us because we want to really attract more people from Cyprus to engage in this sport.
How do you think about a venue beautiful like this?
I think it's amazing that we are allowed to swim here.
The second thing is that Protaras, the municipality, has really engaged in making this event a success and do this every year. So hopefully we will make Protaras one of the good places in the world to do this sport.
You see the water, the scenario is amazing, water blue, crystal and clear, facilities, accommodation nearby the airports. All the conditions are set to organize amazing competitions.
We strive and hope to succeed in attracting and hosting events of global caliber, as we have the personnel, the experience, and the full infrastructure required to support such competitions.
In open water swimming, I think the potential is the sky.
are of course so many similarities but also differences with venues around the world for open water swimming, and if you're wondering what the setup is like here in Protaras, well, I think Leonie Beck, as a 3-time Olympian, probably has a good idea.
So this evening I will hold a speech here. No, just kidding. We are going to the last call briefing. So normally the last briefing call is like 10 minutes before the race starts. Everyone is a bit hectic. Maybe not everyone has the suit off, so it's a bit a bit chaotic, I would say, but everyone is trying to listen to the rules. And in case of emergency, of course, we have at every competition a medical tent filled with doctors in case anything happens. You never know, it's open water. So now I walk down the stairs, it feels like I'm starting the race. We are here with a lot of different athletes from so many nations, and I'm so happy that we are so many. Everyone will line up on this pontoon and the race will start, first boys and then girls. All the athletes are training now for the last time before the race, so everything is going well. How was it?
Sorry. A little bit cold, but fine.
Good luck! The course are 6 laps, each 1.66 kilometers, and starting from the pontoon, they will go until the first yellow buoy, then they will turn rightwards and around the island. Maybe it's a bit tricky because it's not so deep, the water, but it will be alright. And then they are far away, there is the buoy number 3, and from there they have to go to buoy number 4. Then here on this pontoon we will see the feeding. So every athlete has the possibility to get a drink in each lap and then turning, leaving the drink and keep going swimming. So here you can see the athletes practicing the last meters of the race. The last meters are so important, and most of the times you have elbows next to you. You're not coming alone into the finish. As you see, the finish board is a bit above the water. So you literally have to go out a bit with your body to touch with the hand. Yeah, it's a bit tricky when you're inside the water and you cannot swim with your head up, you don't see it. In the last meters, you just try to figure out where the touch has to be and that you touch at the right time, in the right moment. I hope you enjoy watching the big race.
Fascinating insights. I suppose now, Leonie, we should really talk about the race that's coming up. Let's lead off with the men's 10 kilometre. We've picked out some of the key ones to watch, I guess. Have a look on screen now for those. Leonie, let's pick up, who are those ones to watch that you're looking forward to seeing?
So I would definitely say Andrea Filadelli. He just won the World Cup in Ibiza. Then we have Marcello Guidi, a teammate from Italy, and we have, of course, some Olympians here, for example, Matan Roditi.
Yeah, he is definitely one to watch. We've got a VT coming up shortly on him. On the Italians, though, they love this sport, don't they? We've got some real strength in depth.
Yeah, of course. I think just because Italy is surrounded by beach, it has a really big tradition, the open water swimming sport, and yeah, that's why I'm in Italy also. Yeah. A reason for this. And especially the youngster field is really good, really big. A lot of people are coming and loving the sport.
Yeah, let's hear from some of those ones to watch now.
The passion for open water swimming came from going to the sea and just hanging around the beach and catching some waves and stuff like this. And also being a distance swimmer, that's something that made me going towards the open water swimming. It's a great feeling. I love to feel the pace. I love to have races like this when you can race with the best swimmers of the world. Try your best and do good things. Israeli open water swimming grew a lot. I can see it we have more and more young swimmers that want to compete in the open water swimming, and I think the land cups, I love this feeling and I love to compete in these legs, and it feels like a really good practice towards worlds or Europeans. My ultimate dream is to do my best in the races, in the open water swimming races. Feel after my race that I was strategically I did my best and also physically did my best, and If I finish the race with no power and I'm feeling like I gave my 100%, then like it's like my dream.
Okay, let's pick up on the women's 10 kilometre that's coming up. Again, we picked out a top 5. I guess top of those, Lisa Pu of Monaco.
Yeah, definitely. I would say keep an eye on Lisa Pu because, yeah, she was also at the Olympics. Maybe took a little break after, and now let's see in which conditions she is in this stage of the season. But yeah, she's definitely one to watch.
And you caught up with her a little bit earlier. Let's hear from her now.
Now we are here in Cyprus. What do you think about the venue?
For now, I think this is good. I think it's gonna be a bit cold, but the sun is here, so it's gonna be great.
And do you have expectations for the race result? For me, you're one of the favorites, I already said before. So what are your, do you have goals for this race, the position, or do you want to try something new? Or
I want to do maybe a top 3. I don't know where I am exactly, but I'm gonna try some new things that I don't usually do. It's really clear and the temperature is awesome.
Yeah?
I like it. Yeah.
We can't wait to see you racing.
Yay, me too.
Yeah, good luck to Lisa in the race later. We were mentioning the Italians obviously on the men's side earlier. I guess some of the younger Italian female swimmers here looking to gain a bit of experience as well.
Yes, absolutely. The starting list is, I think Italy has the biggest team of all the countries, and yeah, so many new faces also for me, and I'm so happy that so many athletes are trying out open water. For some of them it's the first 10K race, but it's a great place to have the first experience.
And we love to see new names emerging in the sport, don't
Absolutely.
we, as well? One of those that's in our wants to watch list is Leah Crisp of Great Britain. Not a new name to those who may have watched the Olympics last year where she made her debut for Great Britain, but really looking to step things up in this new Olympic cycle leading towards LA 2028. I had a chat with her a little bit earlier. The sport is obviously so important to your life, but there is a life outside of the pool or the ocean. So, I mean, like, tell us a little bit about what makes you tick. How do you switch off?
I like reading a lot. I do a lot of reading. I've also got a Nintendo Switch. I like to play on that. I'm currently having a bit of a gap year almost after finishing my economics and mathematics degree last summer before Paris, and then looking at possibility of doing a master's economics as well.
So there's no let up, really.
No, I do quite like the academic challenge and having something to do away from the pool, but I just needed a year to take a bit of a step back first.
The Nintendo Switch, though, I'm guessing that's like fun games, or is it brain training? What are you into?
A little bit of a mix. There's definitely some nerdy brain training going on in there as well.
You had that kind of whirlwind experience and then qualifying for the Olympics, which was amazing. How much is now kind of feeling a full part of this sport over the next 3 years? And I guess hitting those events, gaining that confidence and moving yourself up the field, what's kind of the target?
Yeah, that's definitely a target now. It's to kind of go in with confidence and the confidence to kind of really stick it out with the top guys and to start looking at breaking into that top 10 and moving my way up the standings.
So that's a quick look at some of our ones to watch. But of course, in open water swimming, challenges can come from pretty much anywhere within the field. So let's find out how some of the other athletes are feeling ahead of the competition. A little earlier, we sent Leonie for a Formula One style grid walk.
So the good thing in open water is that you see also stylish people.
Hello everyone.
Let's go to the numbering, where the athletes will get their tattoos. We can disturb them because they have nothing else to do. They all look down because no one wants to get interviewed. Maybe I would probably be the same when someone is coming with the camera. There is Andrea Fiedeli. We might get a little chat with him. We know each other because we train together, of course. Andrea, how are you feeling?
Yeah, today I think it's a very good day.
From 1 to 10, how is your energy?
Che cazzo è? Ripalla.
We want to hear from the officials. What do we need to get approved here?
Oh, nails.
So when the nails are too long, it can be dangerous when you touch people or the skin. So they have to cut them because they didn't do yesterday evening, right?
Yeah.
Hello, good morning. How's your energy?
Morning, great. Really looking forward to race.
How are you feeling?
Good.
Good?
Today is
A good day.
a good day, yes.
Normally I do by myself, but all right, here we go. Would you like to swim now?
I?
Yes.
In this water?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Hey. He's getting his punishment because he's last. Pretty chill, that you're the last.
I don't know, what time?
Bocca al lupo, we say in Italy, or good luck.
We reply, Viva il lupo.
Or crepi.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Right, time for the races. The men were the first to take the plunge here in Protaras. Here are some of the best moments. Let's talk about the action. The men first to take to the ocean this morning.
Yeah, as expected, you saw a lot of Italian cups in the first group, and after the first round, there were Italians. Hungary was first. Andrea Filadelli, not expected, a bit behind, not behind, but on the end of the group.
I think it was 32nd or something after the first lap.
But it's all right. He was still with the group. The next lap, Marcello Guidi took the lead, and he even skipped one feeding, so he didn't drink. Probably he wanted to make the pack a bit faster, and yeah.
With Andrea Filadelli, you know, when you've gone out with that tactic, I'm going to make a slow start, is there ever a point where you start to maybe panic and think, hang on, have I let them go a bit far out? Because as I said, down in 32nd, he had a bit to make up even early on.
I think I'm the best to answer because I have always the same.
That's why I asked the question. Yeah, you do that tactic, but it works a lot for you.
Yeah, it works for me, and I think also for him, because it depends. When you're in the back of the pack, you don't have so many fights, you can save energy, and it's really easy. For me, it would be a bit too cold to stay as relaxed, but he has not so many problems in the cold. That's why he's totally fine behind, and he's feeling safe and in the feet and can save energy.
It was obviously, as you say, you know, a fascinating race, the way it kind of played out with all of the different tactics. Obviously, Italy started to come to the front throughout that second period of the race. I mean, do nations deliberately work as a team in these situations, or simply because of volume and the strength they end up together?
Yes, the second one. They all train in different training groups, so everyone is of course fighting for themselves, but teamwork is written big, doesn't matter which nation, so everyone is trying to get really fair in the race. But yeah, the volume of Italian cups in this race is so high that it's normal to find a lot of them at one place.
Absolutely. Another who was obviously performing pretty well and in that second half really improving there was Kovacs from Hungary.
Yes, he did, from the whole race he was somewhere in front. He did already a lot of good races. He's a youngster, he's looking forward for the European Championships, I guess, and yeah, he has a bright future in open water.
That's what we want to see, and obviously breakout names coming through. So into the closing stages then, there wasn't much in it going into that last lap, but obviously Filadelli was then coming through to the front.
Yes, this is exactly the benefit of this strategy when you're saving so much energy that you have a lot of power in the last lap, so you're like faster than everyone because you saved so much. Not every time it's working out, I can tell you. But yeah, it's great when you feel still motivated and full with energy, and then you can go through it until the end.
And then ultimately, I guess he won by, in open water swimming terms, a clear margin, because so often we see it's literally a scramble for the pad.
Yes, and then what's also to be noted is that I guess he's probably right into the training. He didn't taper so much. He arrived the evening before the race late, and he's already leaving now, so he had a really less than 24 hours he was here in Cyprus, and yeah, I think he's in a really great shape and he's getting better and better to the top of the world.
So to confirm, it was victory for Andrea Filadelli of Italy. Second, his countryman, Pascal Giordano, with Honor Kovacs of Hungary completing the podium places. There's a full breakdown of the results on the European Aquatics website. Let's hear now what the top three had to say after the race.
First, Filadelli, Andrea, Italy.
So congrats, Andrea, to the amazing race. How do you feel?
Yeah, thank you. Today is a very good race because I try to push the last lap, and it's a good strategy.
How was your strategy? So you wanted to have the last lap, and before I saw you were a bit behind. So did you want to save energy during the race?
Yeah, the first lap I start very slow because my coach Fabrizio Antonelli tell me that this is a good strategy, and I try to push the last 2 laps.
Okay, but you're happy with the race?
Yeah, I'm very happy for this result, and it's my second win in European Cup.
Second, Giordano Pasquale Angelo, Italy.
Congratulations, Pasquale. How do you feel and how was the race?
Hi, thank you. I'm very happy for this race. It's a beautiful race. It's a beautiful place in Cyprus. I'm very happy. In second place with Fila, and I'm very happy.
What do you think about the race?
Thank you. I didn't expect it. The first 3 laps, I think it was quite easy. And in the second half of the race, I feel strong, and I felt that I can get the podium, and I got it. This is my first podium in the adult field, so I'm really happy.
Before diving into a review of the women's races, we wanted to give you a chance to learn a little bit more about the amazing characters in this sport.
Netflix or a good book?
Netflix and chill.
Wetsuit or no wetsuit?
No wetsuit.
Sprint or endurance?
Endurance.
Swimming in front or in the feet?
In the feet.
Swim to jellyfish or freezing water?
Both of them. Freezing water with jellyfish.
Freezing cold water. I really don't like jellyfish.
Christoph Rasowski or Sharon van Roendal?
Christopher Radowski is the best for me.
Sharon, because she's the goat.
Swimming in front or in the pack, in the feet?
In the back. Front.
Beach or mountain?
Beach.
Sprint finish or steady pace?
Steady pace, because I'm not quick enough for fast finish.
She is. Okay. TikTok or Instagram?
Instagram. I don't use TikTok actually. Maybe I'm too old for that, I don't know.
That's all right. TikTok or Instagram?
Tiki-toki.
I told you he's funny.
Tiki-toki is very famous in Sardinia.
That's the kind of thing we'll be looking to do a lot more of throughout the season, as well as the race coverage. So let's get back to that with the women's 10 kilometre. Here's a quick music montage. Some great shots, but what did it all mean, Leonie? Yeah, let's have a look at that race and sort of digest it a little bit. As we expected on that first lap, things nice and close, and some new names emerging. Ella Dyson of Great Britain was up there in the first few laps.
Yeah, it's really nice that new names are, as you said, showing up. It's the right moment to test things out, to get to know open water swimming, I would say, and it's really, yeah, I'm really happy that there are motivated young people and they're trying their best also in the beginning, and yeah, I'm really glad.
We were speaking in the men's race analysis earlier about Philadelphia's different tactics of being right at the back of the field. Lisa Poo, somebody that we expect to be challenging for the podium there, was kind of in contention, wasn't she? I think 4th, 5th after the first, second lap, that kind of keeping themselves up there. Tell us about that kind of different tactic.
Yeah, so the thing is, when you're from the beginning somewhere in front in the top 5, top 10, I would say, you don't have the risk to lose the first pack, the first group. And of course, when you are really in the back of the pack and the front people are starting to swim away from you, you have a problem. So when you're always in position top 5, top 10, then you can control the situation better. But of course, also there are some fights.
And I guess this is one of the fascinating things with open water swimming, isn't it? You can have the strongest athletes in the world, but there is no guarantee that they will win because of all the different factors.
Yes, of course. This is what open water is all about. What you don't see also from outside is the temperature of the water. For example, Lisa Poo didn't have problems. She likes the cold water, but there are athletes who are struggling in cold water. You cannot see it as a spectator, you know. And these are all factors. You don't see underwater what's going on. If you get an elbow, for example, not on purpose, but these are all things you cannot control, and especially you cannot see from outside.
Yeah. The officials were certainly checking things out today. There were a few yellow cards handed out, but that is pretty standard, isn't it, in the races? And I guess up there at the top, Italy, as we expected, given their volume, were up there in contention. Giulia Berton working her way through the field.
Yes, I saw her in the last races, always somewhere in front of the list. And yeah, she's doing a great job, and she has great potential, also her, to be on top of the world. And yeah, I think she needs maybe a little bit more experience in World Cups, and then maybe World Championships, European Championships would be a great start, and she has great potential.
Yeah, those European Championships coming up later in the month in Croatia. We'll plug those a little bit later on. But ahead of that, obviously, yeah, we're still finishing off the analysis of this race, aren't we? We're only going into the second half there. And I guess as well, what we were seeing there is, yes, you had the strength of the Italians coming through, but we mentioned beforehand about Leah Crisp, Great Britain, looking to push things on. Again, was in contention early on, similar to Lisa Poo, but her momentum kind of dropped off, and that can happen as well, can't it? Sometimes, I guess, when you go for the afterburners, you find it's not there.
Yes, absolutely.
You have experience of that.
Yes. So the tactic, of course, is not always working out. You never know how is your shape really, how are the conditions. Okay, there were not so many waves now, but you never know what's happening during the race also. You can lose a lot of energy with small fights, and the race was not so long. It was for the men 142 and for the women 152, so it was quite fast, but you never know. Maybe she's in a stage of training where she didn't taper, so we have to ask her.
One athlete who certainly did time their attack to perfection, though, was Poland's Klaudia Tarkowski. Tactics, as I said, spot on there with a late charge.
Yes, also her name is going to be always somewhere in the front list. I recognize her since a few years, and she did a great job in the end. She's a youngster, and she won this race with a lot of distance, to be honest. It was not so close hand-by-hand touch. She had quite 5 meters, and yeah, she did an amazing job.
She absolutely did. And to confirm the top three then, from Poland, Klaudia Tarkowski taking the gold there, the Italians, Giulia Berton and Iris Mencini, second and third respectively. Again, full breakdown of the results on the European Aquatics website. Okay, that's how we saw it, but what did the medalists make of their performances? Let's hear from them now.
First, Tarasiewicz Klaudia, Poland.
Huge congratulations. Tell me how pleased you are to win today.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy, and maybe I can believe, this is my one of very nice starts. I'm so happy. The race was hard. I think it's hard, but I have very nice plan of the race.
When did you know you were going to win? Were you confident in the closing meters because you went clear, or did you think people were close to you?
When we start the last lap, my coach say, "Now, Klaudia, now, go!" And this is this moment, and I feel stronger, and I decided to start swim faster.
Second, Berton Giulia, Italy.
Tell me about your result today.
Hi, I'm so happy for the race. The next week I was in Ibiza, and today I'm so tired, but I'm so happy for the result. And the sea is beautiful, and also is a point of start for the future, for the seasons.
Third, Mencini, Iris, Italy.
Tell us what it means to you.
The race was good, and I'm so happy. I wanted to go on the podium. I was really motivated to race.
Yep, some happy swimmers there, understandably, after brilliant performances. And I guess, you know, at this stage of the season, they'll be hoping to take some momentum forwards.
Yes, of course. I didn't see just happy faces, also a few disappointed faces. But, you know, it's really early in the season. It's one of the first races and it's just building up moment by moment. It's a process that counts and not one result. And yeah, it's just experience and training, and you can learn everything from every race.
Absolutely, yeah. Keep those positive vibes going regardless of the results here, because there's plenty more to come this season. Now, we've obviously heard from the athletes a little earlier. We heard from some of the officials as well. One very important group, though, that we've met who haven't always got the shout out, we definitely wanted to give them one here, are the volunteers.
Yes.
Most of the volunteers are also swimmers, or they are the parents of swimmers, so we all have a huge passion for swimming, and I know from experience they are really glad to help. For me, it drove me because as a swimmer, when I was younger, I never got the opportunity to swim in such a big race, so by volunteering and being an official timekeeper, let's say, I think it's a dream. For me, the passion for swimming has been passed on to me, and it was so amazing watching everyone build this up from the ground up. So it's really, that's where the excitement comes from mainly. I think it's a dream to be a part of this big competition, especially here in Cyprus. It's truly an honor. It's amazing being here.
Another massive shout out to them. That pretty much wraps up our coverage from here in Cyprus. But yeah, great results, great action. What have your highlights been, Leonie?
My highlights, I think, was to be interactive with the athletes. I think the sport is so great, and the sport is all about the athletes. So I really want to have their perspective and yeah, their personalities out to the world, and this is my highlight, to interact with them.
I know, it's been great to see, and we'll do plenty more of that over the rest of the season. Most of the field going to be at the European Championships later this month. They're coming up in Croatia. Stari Grad is the destination from the 28th to the 31st of May. We are then back to the Open Water Swimming Cup action in Setúbal, Portugal on the 22nd of June. Next, it'll be a return to last year's Olympic host city, Paris, on the 25th of July. The penultimate leg will be in Barcelona on the 20th of September, before we reconvene in Razanac, Croatia, a week later. Looking forward to all of that. And Leonie, you're going to be back for more, right?
It was so much fun for me. You won't get rid of me that fast again.
We have no plans to. As I said, it's been an honour. Great to have your insights here. As I said, that wraps up our coverage from here, Protaras in Cyprus. We hope to be back in the future year, don't we? Because it has been absolutely brilliant. We will leave you with some of the best images from the last couple of days, the build up to the race and the race itself. In the coming weeks, keep across at European Aquatics. You won't miss a moment throughout the season.